the whole truth. The place where you listen to get a fair view. The place where you listen to get the whole truth. The place where you listen to get a fair view. This is great talk. This is great talk.
Welcome. Welcome, hey, Marvin Dog. What's up? Welcome to Greg Talk. Welcome to Greg Talk. Welcome. We welcome you to Greg Talks. I think I'll run that one more time. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. Yeah. This is Greg Talks. This is Greg Talk. This is Greg Talk. Yeah. Welcome to Greg Talks. Welcome to Greg Talks. So excited to have you joining us this evening. Oh my God, we got a great show lined up for you this evening, and we pray that you be blessed by this. And go ahead and start watch parties and inviting everybody to come and join us this evening on Greg Talk. Got a very, very special show this evening, dealing with millennials and the pandemics. I'm trying to get my guest set up to come on now in just a moment, so give me just a second as we work on that. She's having a little technical difficulty signing in, but we will have her on here very momentarily. But I want to do this show this evening, to kind of share with the world, because the pandemic has really affected everybody, and sometimes we kind of lose sight on how it affects the generation that coming on behind us. So I invited this guest on today to kind of share with us on how this has affected her life, how is has affected a friend's life, and so we all can remain in touch of what's going on, because we can very easily lose touch with what's happening right around us, man. So and we can lose touch, in fact, of what's happening even in our own house. So we want to make sure that we don't lose touch with that. So if she continue to have technical difficulty getting on, what I'm going to do is make some adjustments, but we will get her on the show. But if we have to make those necessary adjustments. But listen, and in the meantime, I ask you again to go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and tag your friends. I don't know, maybe you're watching on Facebook Live. You can go ahead and share your Facebook Live with somebody. Go ahead and start a watch party as well. Go ahead and do that. As also, if you watch it on YouTube, go ahead and let your viewers know that you're on YouTube as well, and we'll see what we can do to make this happen here very shortly. With these technical difficulties that she's having, I don't know what the situation might be, but for some reason she's having a hard time joining in. What's up, Will Rice? What's up, my brother? Bless you. So good to have you tuning in with us as well. So somehow, some way, we're gonna get this thing to go here in a second. I do believe, without a shadow of a doubt. My goodness. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to help her out here if I can. Yeah, I'm trying to help her out here if I can. We're gonna see, can we make this happen? Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. Okay. She cannot enter. I cannot get her out of the green room for some reason. Let's see. Can we get her out of the green room? Yes, I can't get her out of the green room. So what I'm going to do, so I can't get her. Oh, let's try this again. Okay. So I can't get her out of the green room. We'll go ahead and probably just bring her in the studio with me. Hey, hello, Vanessa Owens. Hello, Vanessa Owens. So I think that's what we're going to end up doing here. Just go ahead and bring her in the studio with me, since we can't get her stuff to work in here. Since she's right here in the studio with me, we don't have to go to the virtual room to get her. We just bring her on with us. So I want you to take your time today. I'm going to slide my chair over so she can slide in the picture with me. But I want you to go ahead and give a warm welcome to my daughter, Trinity Mullen, as she come to share with us this evening. Come on, give it up for her. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Yes. All right. Hey, Trinity, what's up?
Hey, y'all.
You doing all right?
Yes, I'm doing
Come, pull up a little closer. Come on, don't be shy. Don't be shy. We're gonna do this. We got a lot of stuff we need to share with the world today concerning the pandemic. So again, I'm asking everybody to invite somebody. Go ahead and share the video. Go ahead and tag somebody in the video. Go ahead and start your watch party, whatever you have, the case may be, so that we can get people on. Yes, we get people on. God is good because of the technical difficulties she was having getting on. Hey, I happen to have a guest that's right here in the house with me. So hey, that's turns out just right. So hey, let's do this, man. Let's do this. So Trinity. We're so glad to have you on the show. This is going to be exciting. We're going to have a great time this evening. So I want you, my audience, again, if you got people you need to, let me put it this way. If you have questions that you need to ask, we're going to allow you to ask questions tonight as well. You can go ahead and post your questions on the screen because we want to know. I don't know about you. We want to know how the young people are handling this pandemic. Good evening, Valerie Duff. Good evening, Esther Mullen. Bless you all. So glad to have you all tuning in this evening. So we want you to go ahead and do that, man. Go ahead and do that. So Trinity, this has been somewhat of a long road. You've been in the house since March.
March 15th.
Okay. Thank you for enlightening me on that. So I think she got it down to the date, March 15th. How many days, how many minutes, how many hours, a minute, been just kind of like on lockdown. So it's been wild. It's been a journey, and has it been tough?
Definitely.
So tell us how have you been able to handle this situation? How have you been able to deal with this? I'm gonna turn this way just a little bit so I can look at you. Yeah, I can look at you. Yeah. Now make it look like I'm really in the studio for real. Yeah. So how have you been able to remain stable and in your right mind during this time?
Honestly, I want to keep it 100 with y'all. I haven't, kept it all together.
Turn. Hey, turn that way a little bit. Okay. Our director telling us what to do. It's good to have a director on set with you, man. Your director can keep you from getting lost and make things happen. Okay. So you really haven't been able to hold it together as well as you would like to.
Yeah, honestly, I haven't been able to, just be stable. I think it's something that's different for everybody my age. We so used to being out every weekend and not even being around our parents as much. I know most of my friends were in school, so the school sees us more than our parents do. We get home around 5, 6 o'clock. That time is bedtime. We talk to our parents a little bit. On the weekends, we out again. So, being here 24/7 with my parents, it's crazy. We all learn new things about each other. And I mean, honestly, like I said, I haven't really been saying it was a process, still is a process. I think I'm better now than I have been, but it was literally a process. I promise y'all I went through like 20 different stages of getting to where I am today, starting from the beginning of quarantine. So
wow. So you mentioned that we've been able to spend more time together and been able to get to know each other better. So would you say that over this period of time we've gotten to know each other better?
Yeah, definitely. A lot of things about my parents, and about me that they've learned, because we're not around each other that much. Of course we know each other, but being here, like I said, 24/7, I learned so much about him. Oh, Dad, you eat that? I didn't even know that. You know, so different little things like that. You know, I've learned a lot and about myself as well. You know, not just about my parents. I think being stuck in the house has made me learn a lot about myself as well. I mean, stuff that I like to do. When we first started quarantine, I realized I like to color. Just because, you know, being bored, I had nothing else to do, and I started coloring. That was my first stage.
Yeah.
Every single day, I colored a new picture. I just didn't know what to do, you know. And as the time went on, I started doing more stuff. After those 20 days, I went through the TikTok phase. I did every single TikTok that you could think of,
and made up some.
Yes, I did every TikTok that you could think of. It was, like I said, it was really like stages for me. I'm still going through.
Yeah,
I went through the decorating my room phase.
Oh yeah, that's really what we wanted to show, but you had technical difficulty getting out with. We really wanted to show y'all need to see the room. We'll take pictures and put them out. We'll take pictures because we still quarantining. We'll take pictures and put them out.
Yes, so I went through the decorating my room phase. I went through the phase where I was just on the phone with my friends 24/7.
Yeah,
you know,
24/7. Right. Okay.
Yes, I've been through so many phases just to cope with the fact that, you know, I don't know when we'll be getting out. And I think that's what kind of disturbs me the most, because at the beginning, when we first started, I was like, okay, we got a certain date. They said, I forgot the first date.
April 6th.
They said April 6th. Everything will be back up and running. So the whole time I'm like, okay, I'm looking forward to this date. I'm like, okay, I can make it. I'm pushing myself, thinking about April 6th.
Yeah.
But when April 6th came and they said, you know, we still can't go out, I'm like, wow, like what I'm supposed to do now? It was like now I had nothing to look forward to. So I went through the anger phase. And you can ask my parents that. Like I didn't know what to do. I didn't want to talk. I don't do none of that. And I feel like a lot of teenagers get stuck in the house, you know, maybe going through that.
Yeah, you said something very interesting to me right then, because you said I went through the anger stage, which suggests to me that you kind of went through the 5 stages of grief, you know, and you know, and grief. What we see many times, people relate grief to losing, you know, a loved one or someone passing away, but grief is related to any loss in our life. So basically, you feel like you lost freedom. So you went through. Well, first stage was denial. This ain't really happening.
Yeah, like be straight. It's gonna be over soon.
Second stage was bargaining. Well, if I do this, maybe this will happen. You know. So the third stage was anger. You know, hey, I'm ticked about this, and I can't do anything about it. You know. So and right now I'm losing track of what the 4th stage is, but I know the 5th stage is where you have almost gotten to now. Stage 5 is acceptance. Mm-hmm. We learn to accept the things that we can't change. You know, and it's kind of sound to me that's close to where you kind of close to me where you close to where you're getting now. Listen, here I got a couple of questions. I just got a couple of questions. I see one of our viewers say you ain't the only one. and I want you to understand something. You know, this is a lot of adults are feeling the same way. We just handle it differently. You know, we're going through the same stages, feeling the same thing because we all lost something. You know, we lost connection with people that we saw every day. We lost jobs. We lost. You know, I haven't been to work since March 17th. You know, so there were people that I saw every day that I don't see anymore. So we all go through that. That we all kind of been through that state of loss.
Yeah, when I came to that realization that, you know, my parents are going through the same thing, I'm like, okay, I can't be so angry at them. You know, we in this together for real. So I feel like when I came to accept that they going through the same thing I'm going through, they just can't break down and cry every day like I do because they have to, you know, keep going. I realized, you know, okay.
Because if we do, we're going to come with you.
Yes.
So, okay, I got a question from one of my viewers that says, why do you think other young people is not taking this serious? Why do you think young people really don't take this serious? Because now, I think we all have heard people saying that it's a hoax. It's a hoax and it ain't real. You know, so how do you explain? I mean, I don't know how do they explain that to people who have lost loved ones. But what do you think? Why do you think young people are not taking this serious?
To be honest, at this, you know, time in life, we not well. Now I won't say we, but other kids my age don't really take anything serious. So it's not a surprise to me. They're like, oh, it's not real. It's not this. I mean, I have friends, like one of my closest friends, like, man, this is not real. Like, I've been out. I still haven't got it, you know, and I just feel like they don't really take anything serious. And I think it's because it hasn't happened to them. So, or nobody close to them. So they're like, oh, well, it can't touch me. Or, you know, a lot of people, even not with the coronavirus, but people like, oh, it'll never be me.
Yeah.
Until it's them.
Until it's them. Wow. Okay. So that's kind of a teenage mentality that this will happen to everybody else, but it won't happen to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. So next question that says, do you feel that your health is more important than going out with your friends because others are taking this as a punishment?
I did, maybe at the beginning, I was like, you know what? I don't even care. Like, you know, I want to go out, but I definitely feel like health is more important. I have a little sister, you know, and if I get the coronavirus, bringing it back here with her, you know, that's a whole nother story. So I definitely feel like it's more important.
Oh, so which leads me to another thought then. So basically you think that when people do that and don't take it serious and, you know, and go out and get it and bring it back home, you know, are you saying that's really being selfish because they want to do what they want to do?
Exactly.
Now, oh wow, which leads me to something else. I got all the questions on paper, but you're taking me a whole different direction, and I like that. That's good. That's good. You know, so in other words, you're saying that the teenage or the millennial mentality is a mentality of instant gratification. And in other words, let me feel good right now. I'll deal with consequences later.
Yep.
Wow.
And I can honestly say, like, I feel that way sometimes too, and it's not good. I'm like, okay, if I could just, you know, go here, I'll be fine later, even if the consequences are bad. Like when I went through the anger stage, I was like, you know, well, just let me go. When if I get the coronavirus, then oh well. You know, just because I want to go have fun with my friends, you know, and it's not even that deep. Not even that deep.
Yeah. So another question from the audience as well. Are you motivating those friends in a positive way?
I'm trying to, you know, people gonna do what they want to do. At the end of the day, you can only say so much. So, I mean, I motivate my friends. There's not too much I can say to them because most of my friends, they're quarantining, but not quarantining. So, you know, they still out there going places and stuff like that. So, I mean, all I can tell them to do is be safe. You know? So
be safe and stay away.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. So, what have you struggled with the most having to be at home with very little activity outside?
Ooh. I have to say, because my life before quarantine was so, you know, I was on the go all the time. Like I never really had any downtime. The downtime that I did have, I was probably on the phone with my friends, you know, or sleep. It was just always something to do. I was either school, work, dance practice, you know, doing this and doing that. And now like my biggest like downfall is having to like really sit and face problems that, you know, I didn't even realize was there because I was doing so much. And I feel like a lot of kids my age, you know, maybe going through the same thing because, you know, we always have something to do, something to cover up, you know, past issues or stuff that has happened, you know, with us. And now with having nothing to do, all I have is time to sit and think. So a lot of times I'm just like, wow, you know, I'm going through stuff that I should have been fixed 3 months ago, but I haven't because I just, you know, I kept covering up. I got this to do, never had time to really fix issues. And now I just have time to sit and think and like, wow, like this happened, or, you know, this is going on. This is how I feel inside. All I can do is sit and feel my feelings now and not, you know, brush them out of the way.
That's deep right there. That's real deep right there, because one of the things me and your mom has been talking about, and one of the things that I've been ministering on Facebook Live and stuff about as well, is that God has given the time for us for our eyes to come open and see things that we didn't see before. And basically what you're saying, these things, many of the things that we're seeing were already there, but we didn't see them because we never took time to look. Wow.
Yes, definitely.
Cool. Let's see. Another question from the audience. Have you Have you had to end a relationship during this time? Or should the question be how many?
Oh Lord. Okay. I want to say kinda, but not really. I'm trying to think how to answer that. Well, I was talking to somebody, but as soon as the coronavirus came about and we started quarantining, there was no way I could see this person or whatever or hang out and all this stuff. And it's been like 6 months. And honestly, our conversation just started to die down, and
wow.
So I guess there can be, ending a relationship. I mean, we still talk now, whatever, but
sound like another
at one point it was just we weren't talking at all. So I guess you could say there was ending the relationship. Not with my friends or anything, because most of my friends, we've been friends for years. So, if they really want to see me, they'll come sit out in the yard and wave, or we're just talking the phone. So I really haven't had to end a relationship.
Wow. Okay, cool. So next question from the audience as well. Since you have so much downtime, how has it brought about anything new in your life, like new businesses, new hobbies, etc.?
Yes, like I said, I like to color. Something I didn't know. I actually like.
I didn't know you could color until I saw all over the picture.
Me neither. I didn't know I could color it. Like I said, you start finding out new things about yourself. I'm like, oh, I can color. I like to decorate. I decorated my whole room. Redid it. Now I'm thinking about doing the whole house.
She's gonna do the house. She's gonna do
Yeah. So, I mean, dancing was already a hobby, but I think TikTok is a hobby. So, TikToking. There's just some of the things I like to do. But the new stuff is kind of like coloring, because I didn't know I like to do that, and I didn't know I really like to decorate. If you consider ordering as a hobby,
yeah, I think
definitely
that's a really big hobby right now, right?
Yeah, that's one of my biggest hobbies.
We get packages every day.
Yes, we get packages every single day, but that's another thing that helps me cope, to know that I have something to look forward to. I don't know if it's good, but I order stuff so that I can be like, oh, next week I got this coming, so I can, kind of get through the weeks. But like I said, it's stages that I'm going through to get, to be okay.
Yeah, that's okay, cool. So it's kind of like that person who going through a stage of depression and they say, you know what, I'm just going shopping.
Yeah. I'm going to shop. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just going shopping. I know I ain't got much money, but I'm gonna go spend it anyway.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Let's see. So what about business? Have you ever had any business thoughts?
Yeah, definitely. Just because all I have is time to think. I want to open my own like dance wear store. So it'll really be online for now, but maybe eventually I'll be able to have a store. It'll be online. I'll just sell dance gear, dance footwear, anything I need for cheerleading teams, all that type of stuff. So that is a business that I came up with.
Well, have you? I know you teach dance. Have you considered even a virtual dance class to teach for people?
Oh, well, I actually haven't thought about that. I see a lot of people do it, but I just never thought like, I can do that.
Okay. All right. Hey, write that down. write that down. So, I think you've kind of somewhat told us already, because I have another question I'm going to ask you about how have you been able to manage to keep your friends in your life. I think you've already answered that as far as telling us how they can come sit in the yard, you talk on the phone, FaceTime, all that good stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think if the phone coming was charging for FaceTime minutes, man, you'd be broke for real.
No.
Okay, so what do you do for fun?
Honestly, I get up every day around 10, which is another thing I can say.
10?
Around 10.
Okay.
Maybe closer to 11.
Okay, yeah, we're getting there. Okay.
It'd be 10 o'clock. I get up around 10, 11, and I get dressed, get pretty just for myself, because I know I can't go anywhere. TikToks, watching videos, YouTube. Speaking of that, I'm going to end up starting my YouTube. I just got my new phone today, so I'm going to start YouTube so that I have something else to do. Just really, I mean, something new every day. I mean, I watch videos all the time, get new ideas. play with my family a little bit, eat and repeat. So that's why I really try to find. I really try to find new stuff to do every day so that I won't get too into doing the same thing every day or whatever. And there's another thing I had wanted to say about self-discipline. Being able to get up at 8 in the morning, even though I don't have to. I used to get up at 8, but now I can't even do it. So I feel like self-discipline is a really important topic right now or whatever, being stuck in the house like that, because I don't exercise anymore. I used to exercise every week because I had dance class. I don't exercise anymore, even though I should.
Mm-hmm.
It's
me and you both.
Yes.
Okay. I see a question on the screen, but I want to throw this in as well before we get to that. The question: how have you been able to deal with not being able to hold your nephew and hug your family and stuff like that? Because I saw the question on the screen. It says, as an adult, we have had to cut off all visits to our home, our parents, our adult children. And how do you feel about that?
This has honestly been one of the hardest things for me. Anybody that knows me know that I'm very, very close with my niece and nephew, Libby and Deuce. I'm used to seeing them every single day. It's not a day that I don't talk to them or see them. So when this happened, it really hit me hard. I think that was one of the things, that really got to me the most, that I'm more emotional about. So I'm trying not to cry about it. While we're on camera. But that's one of the hardest things for me, because I'm used to being with them every day, seeing them every day. My sister, my brother. I'm not used to seeing Monique every day, but actually I am, since I've been at work. Well, I'm used to seeing Monique every day too. So that's probably the hardest thing, being away from my family. And then I have Miracle, but Miracle is younger than me, so I'm used to being around my older siblings. And kind of just hurt my feelings. I felt like Deuce and Libby were gonna forget about me, and because they're so young. And once you don't see a child like that, I just feel like I'll just be out their mind. But like I said, I make sure I talk to them every day, if not twice a day, to try to get over that feeling. But yeah.
Deuce is watching, and Deuce just said you was talking about him.
Hey, Wiki.
How difficult has it been to see them come and play in the yard, and then can't just grab them and pick them up and love on them like we always do?
I think you and my mom can testify to this. Sometimes I get upset. I'll be out there, and then it just be I don't know. I get this one feeling, it just hit, and I just go back inside, and I miss all the time that I'm actually able to see them, because I'm so upset that I can't hold them. So, I'll go back inside. I just won't come back out. I'll be like, what is the reason for me to see them if I can't hold them? That's how I was at the beginning. I was just like, forget it. It was making me really upset. So
my sister and your auntie Angie says that shame on us for not exercising.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let me explain. Now, that's one thing about me, is that I have to be on the go. In order for me to get a lot of things done, I have to be doing a lot of my life. Just have to be busy. If I'm going, busy, that's nothing for me to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and hit the treadmill. But when I wake up and I have nowhere to go, then it's difficult for me to get up and do those kind of things. And yes, I agree with her. Shame on her for not exercising, but it's in the plan. It's coming back. It's in the plan.
My problem is definitely motivation. Being stuck in here has made me lose a lot of motivation for a lot of the things that I was seeking after before this, and it's just because I've gotten to the point this is going to end. I don't know when it's going to end, so
right.
Forget it. So this kind of how I am about exercising. I just haven't been motivated to do it, because I'm like, what's the point?
That's me and you. I know the point, because I feel it all over me. I know the point. You don't, you ain't, you all right, but I feel it all over me now. I think your mom stole my motivation because she's a guru. I mean, every day she's going at it, you know, every day. I'm like, and she's saying, when are you going to start? I'm saying, next week. It's always next week.
I do the same thing. The same thing.
Another question from the audience here as well says, have this allowed you to hit a reset button on doing some things that you took for granted before COVID-19?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I want to say I like took a lot of stuff for granted. I took for granted maybe the time that I spent with my niece and nephew, my sisters, and you know, stuff like that. A lot of times they would come to the house and I won't come out the room. Like now I wish that I had came out, you know.
Oh, you took for granted the time you didn't spend with your parents.
Oh my God. Yeah, so I think maybe I took that for granted. I took for granted the time at school because I hated going to school. I just hated, you know, every day having to get up, and now I miss it. You know, I miss going to school every day.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think maybe I took that for granted, and you know, after this, I won't.
Wow, wow. So, what suggestion would you give to teenagers today, the millennials today, to be able to manage the pandemic without it managing them?
I think it all starts with you, like, you know, really finding yourself, you know, and realizing, you know, the things that you like to do and the stuff that genuinely makes you happy. And the stuff that genuinely makes you happy shouldn't be outside things like my friends or, you know, going to the movies, going to the mall. You know, it should be stuff that I can do myself, you know, here. And yeah, I feel like that's one of the main things. Reading the Bible, it's another thing that I've gotten into, you know, more than I ever had before, because I have so much time on hands. Like I said, I was on the go all the time, and I never really took the time, you know, that I needed to read the Bible and, you know, build my own relationship with God. So that's something that I do every day now. And something else I learned about myself is that I'll read. You know how we can be reading something, we'll read a whole devotion, we'll read the scripture, we'll read the whole story, and then the next day, I don't even remember what I read. Mm-hmm. So I learned that about myself, and now I've changed it. So now whenever I read a devotion or I read a scripture, I write it down. And I know that writing it down will make me remember. So now I test myself every day. The next day, I'd be like, what did I read last night? You know, so I write these things down, and I, you know, learn that about myself so that any situation that comes about, I can go back and look, and I write at the top, you know, what it was about. Like if I'm feeling lonely, if I'm feeling, you know, sad, I'm feeling this, I can go back and read the same devotion to help me get through the same, you know, the times that I went through before. So
okay, great.
Yeah,
great.
I think this something.
So, do you think life will ever be the same as it was before COVID-19?
I was gonna say I hope so, but honestly, I feel like, you know, it was time for a change in my life and other people's lives. So hopefully it won't be the same after, you know, COVID-19. Hopefully I can continue, you know, what I'm doing now. You know, just loving myself, spending time with my family, you know, getting my work done. Hopefully I can continue doing all these things and not revert back to how, you know, maybe ungrateful I was or uncaring before. Now that I can continue these things after COVID-19 goes away.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. How would you encourage someone else that's going through what you're going through or what you've been through?
I'll honestly just say, if it's somebody watching this, you're not alone. Some stuff I had to tell myself, like, you're not alone. I have my parents. Keep going, because it does get better. I mean, it may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, may not be next week, but stuff always gets better. God never leaves you to, you know, drown in your mess, even if you created it. So I feel like just, you know, keep going. Never give up. Find new things to do. Keep trying to smile, even if it's hard. You know, sometimes I have to push through. Even if I'm having a really bad day, I still try to push through and smile now. Find stuff to do, you know. So I hope this, motivation.
Okay, I got two questions here that I'm gonna tie into one. It's a twofold. On the screen, it said the question says, "How can you give young folk one good reason they need to stay home and take this serious?" And my question was what do you think people can do to help stop the spread of the virus?
A good reason to stay home because people are dying, y'all. And
that's a good reason.
That should be a good reason, even if it's not anybody close to you that is passed from from COVID-19. Because personally, I haven't had anybody close to me to pass from it. But I feel for other people. I feel for other families, and that may be one of the reasons why some people don't take it so seriously because they don't have a heart towards people. So they really don't care unless it's happening to them. But I feel for other people, and I hope that everybody close to me and my friends, and they feel for other people too, so that they'll stay home and stop the spread. I think a way to stop the spread is for everyone to follow directions, which everyone has a hard time doing.
Wow.
Stay home.
Stay home.
Only go out if you need to. Yeah. Only go out if you need to.
Wow. And then follow all the guidelines.
Yes. Wear a mask.
Now, during this pandemic, man, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Lots of crazy. I mean, really eye-opening stuff that has been happening. Now, and I talked about this on Noonday Nugget, I believe it was, that we've seen the pandemic, of course, the spread of the coronavirus. During that time, we've seen social injustice. We've seen civil unrest. We've seen lots of racism. We've seen a lot of revolts, revolutions starting. We've seen protests. We've seen buildings burning. We've seen riots. We've seen statues being moved, and all these things. We've seen so much, and even now we are seeing the dust all the way from the Sahara deserts making its way to the United States of America. Tell me what about all of this stuff that irritates you the most?
What irritates me the most is that, it had to take George Floyd to die for us to, really get some stuff done. We've had the Black Lives Matter movement going on for a while now, but it took for him to die, for all of the racist people to finally, show themselves, to be honest. So I think that's what upsets me the most.
Wow. I directed that showed me another question that she had on her screen that I don't see on my screen. So that question was, would you tell young people that they need to listen to their parents?
Oh, definitely.
Don't just say it because you're sitting with me.
Definitely. I don't feel like your parents will steer you wrong. I feel sometimes that they may want things for you that you may not want for yourself. But I feel like they'll never steer you wrong. They're always saying stuff out of love and trying to, get you to be the best that you can be. You may not agree with it. And I'm not saying all the time that you have to actually do exactly what they want you to do, but take in, everything that they say to you, consider everything, because like I said, they're doing it because they love you, not just because,
wow,
they want the worst for you. So I feel like, yes, you should listen to your parents, at least consider every single thing they say because it's for the good. So.
Wow. Okay. Well, awesome. Well, wow, this has been good. This has been good. And thank you so much for sharing what's happening. And I heard you say something earlier about people, something about happiness or whatever the case is. People going out and trying to do things to be happy. And you alluded to the fact that happiness is not what's happening around you, but happiness is what's happening inside of you.
Definitely.
So you do you think that if more people were happy with themselves or happy with whatever the situation is, that there'll be less people wanting to get out, and continue to spread COVID-19, or would they be more content just staying home?
They definitely be more content. I've heard so many people like, oh yeah, I'm going here this weekend, I'm going there this weekend. I'm like, everything is going on. You really trying to go to a party? Like, it's not that deep.
And excuse me for just a moment, and I want you to continue what you're saying right there, because I think what you're doing is answering the next question that I see here that say, what have you heard young people saying that people doing rather that are now doing right now that is negative? So it sounds like you're answering that question.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that still go out, go to parties, have gatherings and all this stuff, stuff that should be going on right now because the numbers are skyrocketing. And, I just sometimes be like, wow, this is more important, than your safety or the other people their safety, because not even you going there, you could catch it, but you could have it and you not know, and you go there and you spread it to everybody else.
Wow.
So I definitely feel like if they were happier inside and more content with themselves and knowing that they don't have to go party and be out with people to be okay and to be happy, then we'd have less cases right now.
Wow. So now, how concerned are you with the seemingly rapid spread of the spike in the numbers in our state right now?
I mean, I want to say I'm concerned. Like, I'm concerned for the United States, like safety. We know same thing like this. It's just like, wow. So I'm not really like, oh my gosh, like this is happening. Are we going to be okay? I'm not too much of a worrier when it comes to that because I believe that, God got us. He got my family. And, I pray for my friends all the time. So I hope that he has their family, and stuff like that. So I really don't like too much worry about, what's in these four walls because I know that my family is straight. I know that my sister is straight, my brother's straight. But I do worry for, the US because I know everybody isn't saved. I know everybody isn't a believer. Those are the ones who I worry for in this time. So, yeah.
Wow. Okay. So here's your sister. I'm trying to understand what she's saying. Your birthday took place. Okay. All right. Your birthday took place during this pandemic. Did you get anything for it? How do you feel having to be locked in for your birthday? How did you feel having to be locked in for your birthday?
Yeah, so my birthday took place during the pandemic. It was May 10th. And honestly, I had all these big plans for it. I was going to go all out this year. I was turning 19 and it just didn't happen like that. So, I mean, I still had a good birthday. I did like a drive-by, like my family and friends came to see me and I stood a little Barbie box and took pictures. I did a photo shoot. It upset me at first. It upset me when I realized that we weren't going to be out by my birthday. But I realized that, if I want to do anything for it, I got to do it this way and do it the right way. And, it honestly ended up being one of the best birthdays, I had. And, my parents helped me do that. So, they ended up making it one of the best birthdays I ever had while I was locked in the house.
Wow.
So,
wow.
I thank them for that.
So you're saying that even when things don't turn out the way we want them to, or the way we hope they do, it can end up turning out better than we had planned in the first place.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Well, Trinity, thank you so much. Y'all give Trinity a hand for joining us here this evening. Give her a hand. Yes. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing your experience with us. And we're just excited to have you on the show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I pray that you've been blessed and you have gained some information that you can share with your teenagers, share with your millennials, share with your friends, your neighbors, your children, grandchildren, whatever the case may be. We pray that something has been said tonight this evening that will help you do that, and even to help encourage you that in the midst of this, you're still going to make it. No matter how long it takes, no matter what we have to do, you are still going to make it. Oh, that was one more question, Trinity. Have you had any family members that has passed away? And what are your thoughts on how that should be handled?
Like passed away from the coronavirus?
Yes, yes.
I don't think we haven't had anybody pass away from the coronavirus.
Not no close relatives anyway.
Not close relatives.
Some distant relatives that I know of that have passed away. But how do you think people should handle that? What do you think? I mean, because some people still want to do the massive funeral with everybody coming and all this stuff. How do you think that should be handled?
I feel like I don't want to put it like that, but their death kind of speaks for itself. So having a mass funeral is against what should have happened happened in the first place. If they passed from the coronavirus, why would you have a big gathering where others could catch the coronavirus?
Yeah.
And
okay.
It's kind of just like it speaks for itself. Yeah. So
okay. Well, thank you so much. Y'all give her one more hand. Give her one more hand. Come on, give her another round of applause. Thank you all. God bless you. Thank you for tuning in today. Hello to everybody who said hello out there to us. Jennifer Bass, God bless you. Tootie, all the way down in Choctaw County. So we got people from everywhere. Good evening, Chuck Brown, and all of you who have tuned in today. Thank you so much for your questions. You've been a great audience. And we pray that something has been said to help you along the way. And thank Trinity one more time for sharing with us. She was great, y'all. She was great. And we're just so glad that she was able to share with us. So we thank you one more time for tuning in. This has been Greg Talks. Join us next week, same time, same place, right here, Facebook Live and YouTube. Greg Talks. Yes.
The place where you listen to get the whole truth. The place where you listen to get a fair view. The place where you listen to get the whole truth. The place where you listen to get a fair view. This is Great Talk. This is Great Talk. This is Great Talk. This is Great Talk.
Hey, God bless you. God bless you. We love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good rest of your evening. God bless you.